World, hey young world, it's Lydia. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Whoop Whoop Show. Whoop, whoop. How about the winter crab? Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the Whoop Whoop Show. Hey young world.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Whoa. Sorry to keep y'all good people waiting. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. Y'all know it will not be me if it ain't no problems, okay? All right. Be strong and encourage. Do not be afraid. For the Lord our God is with us wherever we go. He with me, because it's always a situation, but I ain't got to tell y'all everything. All right. So I want to go ahead and welcome a couple of people in the room. Thank you always to all my moderators. All right. I want to say hello to the Black Tropical Homestead. Miss Maureen, welcome. How are you today, Miss Maureen? Welcome. Lion Crest, welcome. All right, I'm just rolling up a little bit. Miss Deb M, welcome. Veggie Garden, Stacy, welcome. All right. Let's see. I'm rolling up a little bit, y'all. Miss Carolyn, welcome. F.R. Humphrey, welcome. Miss Sue, welcome. All right. Naya, welcome. Naya in the chat today, y'all. Naya in the chat. All right. Thank you, Martine. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Sorry for the delay once again. Now, it ain't no secret. I was ready yesterday. I was ready today, but I won't all the way ready. You know how that is. You think you're ready, but you ain't ready. And then you're ready turned to not ready. Y'all know about being ready because that's what I want today. All right. So, this next guest I got coming on, let's not even delay it. I've learned my beginning from her. I learned how to be a gardener from her. I watch her content. I've went back all through her content, okay? If you ain't been through her content, you won't even know what you're doing right now. Because if you want to know how to grow and be confident in what you do, head over there to Diva Jones. I should have it linked up into the top. Anybody who's not subscribed, check her out. Not further ado, it ain't on her, it's on me. Y'all know me, all right? Whoa. What? Girl, it's always something. I'm telling you, it's always something.
It happens. We human.
Yeah, you know what? Lady Cheryl said, you know what? Girl, last season when I had Lady Cheryl on, we was having a live for over 30 minutes before I realized I won't live. So,
you know what
happened. This is not my field, but I'm warming up to it. I want to go ahead and thank you again for coming on. And
you're very welcome.
I'm going back 10 years because that's why I went out on your YouTube journey. You go back 10 years. You bought
it's a long time.
Yeah, you bought that home. And you did the best investment anybody could do. Stop paying rent. Own you a piece of property.
Yeah, and I want some more.
You're supposed to want some more. You're not supposed to stay complacent. So when you bought that house 10 years ago, for a long time, I was thinking you lived in Texas. You don't live in Texas. Let the people know your grow zone.
It's the same. It's still 8A.
So it's still 8A.
Yeah.
Where are you actually located?
I am in North Louisiana.
Okay, all right. North Louisiana.
Yeah.
But you're born and raised in Texas?
Yeah, in Dallas.
Yeah, so I kept, in the beginning, I just probably kept hearing a lot about Texas, a lot about Texas. So I always assumed you was from Texas.
Well, when you live most of your life in Texas, you're a Texan. It's hard to get it out of you.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to let it go. You ain't supposed to never let nothing go. Because
Yeah, the good and the bad.
I'm gonna be from 757 all my life. I started 757. That's where I'm gonna be, Norfolk, Virginia. That's where I'm from. Okay.
Yep.
I bet I never act like I ain't from Norfolk. They allowed to put me in the headlock.
I know.
They allowed to get me. So
Yeah.
a lot of people may not know you bought your property. You went into your property doing what you supposed to do. You bought something you could afford and you rebuilt what you needed to rebuild. You learned a lot. You did a lot. I mean, that property, where we see that today, is not really the beginning of your journey. Your journey started way before.
Yeah, like, and to be honest, when I didn't even film like some of the first stuff, like the backyard. Like, I don't know how many people have seen the video where I cleared the last section of the backyard and how thick that brush was. The whole yard was like that all the way up to the house. I never showed that. I cleared a lot of that before I even moved in. I cleared like a third of it. And then I would get overwhelmed. And then I'd be like, screw it, I'm going to do something else. And then I would work on something else, like putting the garden in the front. There was nothing in the front yard. Pretty much, it wasn't even no grass. Pretty much most of the grass was dead. I had 2 trees that was just about dead that needed to come. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I just need to get done. So then I would go back and tackle some more of the yard. And then finally that last part of the yard, I'm like, okay, I got to get all this crap out the way. This is ridiculous. So that's what the last video was. But yeah, the very first, like I didn't show a lot of the very first stuff that I did. Like with my driveway, they had let so many leaves fall on my driveway. I had 6 inches worth of worm castings, basically just compost on top of my driveway. I didn't even know where my driveway ended. I just kept digging and digging. I'm like, how far does it go? So yeah, it was a lot of stuff that I didn't even show none of that stuff. I won't put none of that stuff on. I think when I started videoing consistently was after I got the first little set of tire gardens in the front. I think that's when I started like really recording just consistently, or at least somewhat consistently, because I wasn't super consistent then either. Not really. Not in my opinion. But yeah, that's when I had a little content, a little stuff, or when I remember to turn the camera on, that's when I would do some of that stuff. So yeah, and it's still stuff that I want to do, because today I made up in my mind the shade gardens is going to move. I'm gonna put more fruit trees right there, so I got some more stuff to do.
How your banana plants doing over there that you feed every so often?
They doing good. That's another thing I don't show. I don't show how much I actually feed them. But yeah, they're doing good. After the ice, they grew back. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna have like maybe 4 or 5 pups. Because when you go into the wintertime, if you got pups that's real small, 4 or 5 inches, they're not gonna make it no way. Just go ahead and either give them to somebody so they can have them or whatever. Because the cold, even if it doesn't get that cold, a pup that small just not gonna make it. But your bigger corms, they will come back. Because I'm sure y'all seen Miss Cheryl how she do her bananas. Her bananas, they don't die completely to the ground, but almost, and they come back. So
yeah, this year she had thought they were gone, and
I did too.
The whole garden over there, and it popped up on her.
Yeah, I did too, because that week worth of ice and snow and stuff, where it like we've never seen that before, being below 4 degrees, like was it 4 degrees? I think that's the lowest it got down to, but it stayed below freezing for a week.
My goodness! Oh, he tried to advertise. He tried to advertise and tell him, come on over to the Woo Woo show. He carrying the flag. It got your name at the end. That's all. He got your name at the end.
And it's a crop duster too. That's what's funny. It's a crop duster. I don't know where he going to go dust it, but it's a crop duster. But yeah, the bananas, yeah, they doing good. I got about 4 of them that's big. They didn't make any fruit naturally because they got killed all the way to the ground. So I knew they weren't going to make fruit this year. Hopefully we won't have that freak winter thing again this year, and maybe I'll get fruit next year. But it's just one of those things. I got some ideas of how to protect them so they don't die all the way to the ground again. Well, if we get that 4 degrees, they're going to die to the ground anyway.
It
It's
ain't
nothing
no.
I can do.
It
But
ain't
if
nothing you can do. Chuck it
yeah,
up.
but if we get like, say we get 28, you know, I can. There are ways that I can insulate them, and I can, you know, keep them from dying all the way to the ground, and maybe I'll be able to get fruit. So maybe I get fruit next year. So, you know, but no, the bananas is doing good, and I don't show how much I feed them. I feed them more than I probably tell people. Most of my kitchen scraps that come out of my kitchen when I cook, they go on the bananas. Most of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get.
So you full of knowledge, Diva. It ain't no denying. It ain't no makeup. It ain't, one thing I did learn for you that I hold, I don't let what somebody else do control what I'm doing right here. So if some people say cut your tomatoes up and keep them straight and all of that,
Yeah,
they don't want to bush out
yeah,
girl, I let them bush. Diva
yeah. It just
Jones got tomatoes all year long. I'm gonna get me some tomatoes too.
And my tomatoes are back too. The black cherries, they got shaded out by the peas. They're back. They're back making tomatoes. Because I got a video I'm gonna post, a garden tour. I haven't posted one of those in a little bit. And then in the back, some tomatoes I completely forgot about. They got green tomatoes on them this big. So
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
like, yeah, and they starting to blush. So those will be ripe. But no, I think people. I saw this channel, and if the channel is in here, it's no shade on the channel, but a channel named Garden Rules, and I thought that was ironic because I kind of garden with no rules, if you will. You know, like I don't follow none of them. Like, because I mean, I think you should experiment, because what somebody else do may not work for you. If anybody watched the Praxis, he grow his tomatoes on the ground. He never stakes them up, never. And he don't, and all this stuff that people talk about, oh, your tomatoes gonna rot. He don't
They
have
gonna
that
get
issue.
blight.
Yeah, they're gonna get blight. They're gonna do this. He don't have that issue. So, you know, when I seen him do that, and then I won't lie, my granny never, all of this fancy stuff that people buy, and you know, she never did any of that stuff. She was born during like right before the Depression hit, the Great Depression. So she didn't have much growing up. So it's like whatever you got to use, you know, whatever you got. You can't be buying all this stuff. Don't waste nothing. You know, she carried all that stuff all the way through her life. And a lot of that stuff I kind of picked up on just being around her so much. But yeah, I say garden how it works for you. If growing straight up and pruning your tomatoes, and you know, you get one little crop and then you rip them out, go ahead. I prefer to have tomatoes in October. I have had tomatoes in October. So, you know, so it just depends on how you want to garden, you know. But I also realize everybody's season ain't as long as mine. So, and I try to tell people that when you watch me, be careful. If you live in the north or you live somewhere where you know you get 8 feet of snow, I'm not saying don't watch me. What I'm saying is just know you're not gonna have tomatoes in October because you may have snow in October. So, you know, I try to ask people to tailor their gardening to themselves. Your garden will be much better that way if you do it, you know, according to you, you know. So
Well, last year October, you said get that garlic in the ground. I did what? I did
yeah,
I
it took
went
me
to
a long
say, oh, I
time.
gotta go put the garlic in the ground. And it worked for me because I'm zone AA,
Yeah,
and it's cool here tonight, but it's not cold.
yeah.
But like I've had some things like the squash go ahead and die all the way down.
Yeah.
That's done.
Yeah, stuff like that is just not my. I had some little volunteer squash came up. They tried to do a little something. These cool nights, we get in the 50s, and I think coming up, we're going to have some nights in the high 30s, like 39, 38. That squash, you don't like it. It's just, the squash just, it look crazy. So it is what it is. Squash just ain't meant for that. But certain other stuff, like I tell people, garlic and onions, that's not really going to phase them. I've had garlic out in the snow, and it don't do nothing to it.
How many
So,
fruit trees do you have?
okay, I have 2 peach. I have 2 peach. I have 3 pear. I have the big one that came with my house and the 2
Mhm.
that I brought here. I have 1 apple. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 figs. I didn't realize I had that many figs till I just counted. No, I have 10 figs.
Oh my
So I
goodness.
got two more
But
cuttings
wait,
was sent
let's
to me
stop
this
at
year.
figs. Are they
Yeah.
multiple styles of figs?
Okay, I have 2 LSU Gold. I have 2 Brown Turkey. I have 2 of this fig that my homegirl from Cali sent me. They are at her mother-in-law's property. She thinks they're Cali Mirna, or I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. but she thinks that's what they are. She's not for sure. She showed me a picture of the fig. I said, yeah, I don't have any figs that look like that. Send it to me. And then I have 2 Emma. So I have almost 2 of every variety. I got a homegirl, but some of these varieties I'm gonna trade off on. Like I got a homegirl, they got LSU purple. I'm gonna trade her LSU gold for LSU purple because she doesn't have LSU gold. So I try to do that as much as possible. I try to trade off with people if I can, or if people want something, I'll just give it to them. Because I sent some cuttings for some figs out like 2 months ago. So yeah.
When you wrote things that I can't dare try to repeat again, like things I've never heard of, and you got like a whole propagation station where you just growing up things for the people, and
Yeah, I've done that.
you can't use all that stuff. We know that,
No,
but
no.
we're on this platform, and this is something I learned from you. We're on this platform, and we have things that some people just don't have, and
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing wrong with offering what you have for whatever, and
Yeah,
being fair about it. And I
yeah.
like that. I like that you did that. That opened up my head. Like soon as you said it, I'm like, what's her email address? What you
Yeah,
got?
because a lot of the stuff out here, if I had to guess, probably at least 40%, but I want to say 50% of this stuff is stuff that was given to me from somebody else. Like I can tell you all the different stuff that people have given me, like my goji berry. I asked for I asked Humble Service Homestead for Scotch bonnet pepper seeds. Ooh, this motorcycle and the killing part is I know
You
him
know,
too. Hey,
we
how
know
you
you
doing?
in the urban community. We used to it.
They killed me.
I be ill hustling in the background. Like
Blue
what they
Blues
doing?
on the motorcycle. They killed me. Copyright. I want to tell them turn it off. But like I asked for elderberry and Scotch bonnet because her husband's from Jamaica and he had the real deal Scotch bonnet. Sometimes when you grow these seeds, they say it's a Scotch bonnet. It's not. It's not the real
Mm.
Jamaican one. And if you look at it, you can tell. And so when I saw theirs, I was like, man, can y'all hook me up with some seeds? And she was so sweet. She sent me elderberry too. But what she didn't know, and I didn't either, when she sent it, it got caught in the mail with the ice storm. And so the elderberry cutting sat at the post office in the freezing cold and it got absolutely ruined. It was mush by the time I got it. It was nothing I could do about it. And I didn't mention anything to Shana Na about it. Shana Na was gonna send me something else, and she threw in goji berry. Oh, Shana Na sent me an elderberry cutting. I think because she saw that I had 1 second. All right, we good. But anyway, Shanana saw that I had lost that elderberry. She sent me elderberry and then she turned around and sent me goji berry. Or, people will just send me just random stuff. And like I said, I'll trade off with people. If you send me stuff, I'll send you stuff. We'll just call it an even trade. My dragon fruits, Josh sent me those. He wanted mulberries from me. I sent his mulberries out this week. So yeah, and like you said, a lot of this stuff I can't use. I'm not one of these people that just want to hoard up everything. No, these walking onions, it's so many people want walking onions. As soon as they multiply, people can get them. And I just pay me the shipping. You can have them because it's nothing I can do with a million walking onions. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to plant the whole neighborhood full of walking onions. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, but no, I think trading off is beneficial because it's a way that you can get a lot of this stuff. Like I said, price gouging. I bought a Dan Permaculture Food Forest. He know he wrong because he be talking about stuff and he'll have you buying everything. I have bought so much stuff, and Dan is so sweet. And then you go on his Etsy store. I be buying on his Etsy store. Dan steady getting my money, but I turned around and I bought off of him talking about the fruit tastes like cotton candy. Okay, Dan. I turned around and brought that Jamaican strawberry tree. That thing was 30. It was like $35. Y'all, I don't pay that. I'm cheap. My fruit trees, my pears, my peaches, all that. I got them $5 on clearance. They were just about dead. I nursed them back to health. Like I generally don't give my money away like that. But my thought was, this thing grows so fast and it roots so easy. What if somebody else want this and they just don't have a $30? Because some people don't.
So I want to go ahead and tell you about this. So I tried to buy a raining cherry. That's one of the cherries I buy at the store. So let me
Yeah,
grow
those are
that.
delicious.
Yeah, let
They're
me
delicious.
grow that, right? So I went to whoever, I don't even know. Well, they were sold out and I got myself on the waiting list. Well, the waiting list test came up today. I mean, over
Hmm.
the weekend. As I was traveling, it came like I saw it Friday.
Okay.
Friday, I got the email. Went to go click it. Read it in detail, number one, because I've learned a lot along the way about pollinators,
Yeah.
about, I know fruits are not, trees don't bear fruit the first year, maybe not the second year, things
Yeah.
like that. I'm learning along the way going into my third year growing. So something told me to look and see if it needed a pollinator, which it did. So it took me to the cherry trees that I could buy. Then the price changed. I already was upset because it was $42.
Yeah.
So now, if I get a pollinator, they're directing me for something that's taking my price almost to $100. Now, I really, really would love a raining cherry tree and a
Yeah.
pollinator.
Yeah.
But when I went back and started reading in the detail, do you know they said that tree was 3 inches tall? Three
For
to
$40.
four. So all I was doing was like this.
Yeah.
That thing, this two fingers
Yeah.
went
It's yeah. Your finger and a little bit more. Yeah.
$42.
See, and I did get lucky. That 30 some dollars, it was 3 feet. It was 3 feet. It was and the thing grows fast. So, but yeah, and that's what a lot of people don't understand with these plants, man. You get just like bananas. A lot of like Aisha, she's got a banana variety that I don't have. Well, when she bought her bananas, it was four pups in there. I'm gonna tell you right now, when y'all go buy bananas, pay attention when you look at the pot. Don't get the one with just one in there. If you see one and it's two, three, four babies, get that one because
That's gonna give
you're
you
gonna
more.
have, you see what I'm saying? You can separate them out. That's why I have so many bananas. When I bought mine, the lady was like, she was looking all over the pot I was looking at. I walked right up and got the one with 3 bananas in there, and it was $9.99 on sale. And I said,
Mhm.
"Ooh, I done cleaned up now." Well, what's so good about that one? I said, "Mine has three. Those in your basket only have one." And I quickly paid for my stuff and left out the store. so, but yeah,
I
so
did.
pay attention.
I did learn that from you as well. When you go into the big box stores and you going to buy your starts, and count and see how many in
Yeah,
there.
because when they
Because you can
drop
get
those seeds at Bonnie, they don't count. Just like sometimes you can go get those little flats. It's supposed to be six, but when they drop those watermelon seeds, you ever notice it's 4 or 5 watermelons in each little hole, in
right.
each little. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting more. Same thing with your brassicas. Pay attention. I look through them, and whichever one got the most plants that look,
Exactly.
kind of the best. But if you're a halfway decent gardener, you can nurse a lot of that stuff back to health.
Bring it.
You'll be surprised at how much stuff you think is just by dead, and it'll come back. 'Cause like I said, all those fruit trees in the ground back there, they were all $5. The original price was $36. They were just about dead, every last one of them. So
I be always looking for fruit trees here for on clearance and
yeah,
stuff, but I'm not a big shopper.
me
But if
neither.
I'm out and I
Yeah, if
was
I'm there, I'm gonna look.
now my first year, every time somebody said something, I was out looking. And you
Yeah,
could have
I've slowed down. I've
yeah,
slowed down a lot.
I learned my lesson quick. I learned my lesson quick because I never been one trying to keep up with the Joneses
Hmm.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I was getting ahead of myself. It became
Hmm.
I loved gardening so
Yeah.
much that it became a new hobby. It was something I never
Hmm.
did before, and I was amazed
Yeah,
about
and you can almost borderline get obsessed to a point. I was like
oh
that too.
oh
When I bought those fruit trees, I didn't even own this house. I had them fruit trees and had no idea what to do with them. I saw them at the store and all I could see was food, food, food. That's all I could think about. And I got them trees and Lord, I said, then when I got home, I said, what have I done? I'm renting this I'm renting this little place. I ain't got no yard. I ain't even got no I don't even know. I ain't got no fertilizer. My water barely on. I don't know. I don't know what. But no, seriously, I did that. And then when I got here, it was like trying to hold back a horse. I was trying, when you got a little bit more space, you want to do everything up under the sun. So it's like, but I try to caution, don't go too far. You can wear yourself out. Like,
Oh,
like when I hear people saying, "Oh, I'm glad that it's fall." I'm glad. Sometimes I say, "You probably was doing too much, and you really didn't realize it. You probably was running yourself ragged." That's
girl.
why, because like when fall come here, this gardening is easy. Because when fall's here, there's no bugs. When it's winter, it's no bugs. It's easy for me. I don't even have to water. That's just the way our weather is. Like I just pretty much throw seeds down and it do what it do. I just harvest. See, this is the easiest gardening for me. I mean, maybe some other people stay in places where it's not like that, but
Let's talk about your raised beds, because let's not get it
mhm.
twisted. They raised beds, honey.
Yeah,
Where
they are.
where did you get the idea? How did you know it would work? And you just took off.
The tires I knew would work because I had seen other places. But most of the time when I would see it, it would be flowers. For instance, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a place in Detroit because Detroit had a bunch of blight going on, and there were people trying to fix up those blighted areas where they was knocking them houses down, and it was just open lots. So they were trying to beautify. So they would get tires, which is easy to find in Detroit. People throw garbage out everywhere. And they would take the tires, and as a way of recycling them, they would plant pretty flowers in them in the neighborhood to beautify the neighborhood. And the flowers were growing fine. So I said, okay, well, they will grow plants. Then at that point, I said, well, but I'm trying to grow food. They're not eating them flowers. I said, let me make sure I ain't going to accidentally kill myself. Because, you hear these things. People say it all the time. Oh, the tires, they kill you. They leach toxins, all this. So I read about it and researched it or whatever. And after I read and researched it, it made sense. It was common sense that no, it's cool. Then that's when I started finding out in the Caribbean, they grow in a lot of tires because tires that's some over there they have an issue with. Not only the Caribbean, I believe in South America, I think it's Colombia or Argentina or somewhere in the poor areas. They use a lot of tires. They even build houses out of tires because they got so many just laying around. So I said, okay. I knew I could get them for free because you can go to the tire shop. The old tires they take off, they charge them tire shops to dispose of those. So you get them for free. So I went to the tire shop. I say, give me the biggest tires you got, the old ones. And he just wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna take them and like throw them in a dumpster or something like that. I said,
Right.
no, I'm about to make a garden out of them. And then what was funny was he was like, oh yeah, my wife garden out of them too. I was like, oh okay. So I got the tires for free. Like I said, it really kind of was like it's free. You know what I'm saying? I had just bought a house. I was trying to furnish my house. I was trying to do all that. I want to put my money towards that. I'm not saying I wouldn't put it towards gardening, but you got a budget.
Right.
So free. It's easy to go get. I can go right down the street, go get it, bring it back. Don't have to build nothing. Just set it down. When I first put them together, I had to fill them. I didn't have a lot of dirt. I had a little. I had a little bit of compost. I didn't have a lot. So I did have to buy some bag soil and kind of amend it. That's how I found out about Coco Coir and how much you get for, a reasonable price and how far it goes. Because anybody knows Coco Coir like swells to a huge amount. Like you get one block and put it in a tote. And once you put water on it, it'll fill the whole tote up. So yeah. And then once I got a few filled, when I made some more dirt, I did a few more and I did a few more. I just kept adding on. Then the tires, they don't have the big ones no more. They keep wanting to give me bicycle tires. That's not gonna work. So I had to go get some cinder blocks. And cinder blocks is reasonable. They're $1.50 a piece, so they're not that bad. I was making my own dirt and my own wood and stuff that I had cut down off my property. A lot of that wood, I let break down and turn into the most
And
beautiful
burn
soil.
and
Yeah,
create
and
biochar.
biochar as well. Yeah, all that. So
Taught
so
us all
yeah,
the benefits of biochar. And I'm like, wow, who knew? I've been throwing away the Choco.
yeah. And I found out about that through another channel. And I don't know why it hadn't dawned on me because as a scientist in school, we use charcoal for a lot of different stuff in the lab. And it just never dawned on me until I saw this other channel and he was talking about it. I was like, do what now? He said, take and burn and do what? Because I knew about the ashes, but I didn't know about the actual, making charcoal out of it. And I was like, oh, that's so smart. If you got a property with a lot of wood or you bought a property that you have cleared a lot of brush, it makes perfect sense. I mean, don't throw it away. I mean, if you can burn it, I know some places they're gonna trip, but technically I'm not supposed to burn, but I play crazy. Ma'am, do you know it's something burning in your yard? Huh? What? I didn't know anything about. Oh, let me go back here and put this out. Who did this? I play real crazy. So,
You
yeah,
got to, cause that's what they
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. Because the killing party is they roll past here, but y'all don't roll past here when y'all see this lady on the corner. She be burning leaves, like her piles of leaves be huge. I don't say nothing to her. They be in her front yard. At least I burn in the back, But it
Hey,
is what it is. But yeah, I play crazy.
so the first tire bed, one of the first tire beds that I believe it was potatoes in it. It was three
Probably.
levels high. It was three
Yeah,
levels high. Do you?
yeah.
You don't do three levels no more. You do two, or
No,
you back to three.
I have two. The highest I have right now is two. I think I did have three at a point. Um, for when I did three, I thought I needed that amount of depth, but then I learned that I did not need that amount of depth. You actually can do it with just one tire. You don't even need two. However, I will say this: if you do three, for instance, let's say you're an older person, you don't have to stoop down as low. It's just like when you see the raised beds that are taller, that are like 4 feet or whatever,
Right.
you don't have to stoop down as low. If you do one tire, just know that you're going to have to get down there. So, make it according to your mobility standards.
Exactly.
Um, don't try to kill yourself. If you can't lay down on the ground, don't do one, do three. But also understand this, you're going to have to fill it up. So it's going to take more dirt, but you don't need that amount of depth. No, you can run with 6 inches, to believe it or not. For most stuff you can do 6 inches, but for potatoes it was just too cumbersome to harvest, because the potatoes go down so deep and it was just cumbersome to do it. So I just went back down to two, and that was fine. But like I said, you could do it with one. You don't need
Do,
two.
now, do you have to put any holes in the actual tire to
No,
create that?
no, I
Because I
don't. I
know
don't.
it's a big old hole.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I don't have any holes, is because of the big hole in the middle. Um, for instance, if you imagine you got the tire laying on the ground, like say for instance it's pouring rain. Um, if any water gets into the side part of the tire,
Slow
it
release.
it will it'll overflow and the water will run down and just leak out, the like you said, a big hole in the middle where the rim would go. So no, they never overfill, they never overflow, they never do that because of the
and
big
and,
hole
it,
in it.
and you don't have the trouble with overwatering, I'm sure, because what I'm thinking is because I'm doing it this year for my
Yeah.
watermelon, and
Hmm.
you think I'll be successful with the watermelon being in there because I can't get no
Yeah.
watermelon to do nothing.
Yeah, I think you would be successful with the watermelons in there, and you probably would be able to get them started earlier, especially if you leave your tires black. People often ask me, why don't I paint them white? There's nothing wrong with painting them white. However, when you paint them black in the wintertime, when the sun beats on them, black holds more heat than any other color.
Ooh,
So it will warm your soil for you so you can get started just that much earlier. So, and those watermelon seeds need the warmth to germinate. They're a melon, just like they're in the cucurbit family, like squash and all that stuff. They need the heat. They won't germinate the cold. You can cancel it. So yeah, you that much sooner, and yeah, you shouldn't have a problem as far as overwatering. In my opinion, it depends on what you have actually in there. If you have something like, say, you filled it with a bunch of clay, we all know that clay has a tendency to want to hold on to moisture and just like kind of compact. Like, well, yeah, you may not want to water that as much. But if you have uh, any kind of soil that has a lot of organic matter, whether you make your own compost, whether it's worm castings, whether it's um, potting soil, that stuff drains real easy. So yeah, you shouldn't have a problem overwatering with that. Like you probably could leave water on it all day and it wouldn't matter.
right.
But yeah,
So, okay, so I touch bases on your garden style and I touch bases on an array of things that you're growing. It ain't no need for me to even try to figure it out because I know you eating over there. You eat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
Now,
miss no meals.
yeah, she don't miss no meals over there. She's cooking too, y'all. She cooks.
Yeah,
She cooks.
yeah.
Now, I don't really want to talk about pokeweed, but I have it on the property, and I know
Hmm.
you taught us a lot about it. But I don't want people to not realize pokeweed is just not a poisonous weed, and I don't know how to
Yeah,
explain it. I know that
yeah,
you gotta eat it young if you
yeah,
want it.
yeah.
Now,
If you're gonna eat it, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people, but it is what it is. Teach,
For each his own.
but yeah, it does have herbal benefits to it. My granny ate pork weed her whole life, and my neighbor, he's 70 years old. He still eats it to this day. I pick it and go give him half of what's in my yard. Um, it I'm gonna put it to you like this: just like with anything herbal medicine, please don't think that you're gonna wake up tomorrow with stage 4 cancer and think that you're gonna eat some herbs and it's gonna be gone. That ain't how that works. I'm just letting you know. Herbal medicine is more, in my opinion, preventative. Because if you study how it was used since the sun started coming up, herbal medicine has always been used, but it's been used as a preventative. People didn't just miraculously get sick and then all of a sudden. No, you have to take care of yourself along and long. Now, yeah, we have ebbs and flows because when I was in college, I lived off honey buns. So trust me, I had a point in time in my life when my diet was horrific.
Which honey buns was it? Was it the white glaze or the clear glaze?
Both. I don't discriminate when it comes to honey buns. Both. I didn't even care. I didn't care what brand. I didn't care which one the cheapest. Which one the cheapest one? Which one can I get $3 for $1? Which one?
That's what I never seen $3 for $1.
Well, yeah, you could get them $3 for $1 down here. Back in the day, you can't get them that price no more. But yeah, you used to could get them for $3 for $1. It was this little place next to the school called a mom and pop store. We called it that because this little old man, little old lady ran the store, and it was called that. It was the mom and pop store. It was really called Hill's Grocery, but mom and pop store, that's what we used $3 for $1. And they was beating the vending machine price. We would leave out in the middle of the night and go over there and go get honey buns $3 for $1. We wouldn't even put money in the vending machine. That's how bad it was.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you had to do what you had to do, D. You had to do what you had to do.
But no, pork has its benefits. It works well. It's but like I said, I know some people they scared they're gonna kill themselves. Gonna kill yourself. You ain't kill yourself
from a lot of things. I mean, I'm learning about stuff that I've never heard people do. Calengia, and I'm learning about salves, things that I was not educated on at all, y'all. I was not educated on. I know at least I could say 75% of the stuff I've learned in the last 2.5 years. I didn't have that circle of people that talked about these things, so I'm intrigued when I hear about it, and I'm interested.
Me as well.
Yeah, yeah. But you've been growing. I mean, your family was always growing.
Both sides of my family come from a growing background. I think my granny was more out of necessity, but my great grandmother, my mother's side of the family, I guess you could say necessity for them too. They was in the country, but hey, that's what they did for a living. They didn't work for nobody else. My great grandfather had side hustles. He would go into town. He had other skills. He knew how to do things. But as far as being self-sustainable, like they were it. Like they had their own chickens, cows, pigs. They didn't go to the grocery store for hardly anything. I think my great grandmother said the only thing they really didn't do was grind their own flour and cornmeal and sugar. That's really the only thing they went to the store for. They went to the store for meal, flour, sugar, salt. I mean, other than that, like they weren't really, because they were making their own butter at a point, making their own cream at a point, making their own buttermilk at a point.
Yeah.
Smoking their own meats. My great grandfather's smokehouse is still at his house. Smoking his own meats and all that stuff. They didn't before refrigeration, curing meats. They didn't miss nothing.
Yeah, I want to let the people know something you said in one of your videos. Another reason you knew about growing already. It's just not something you were doing. But when they start selling you bad food and you don't like bad stuff, you ain't saying everything you got is good, but you don't like buying bad stuff. It's upsetting when you spend your money for something and it don't do what it's supposed to do. I just bought 3 mangoes for $5. Y'all, I don't know what that mango tastes like, but it wasn't no mango. It was not a mango. I couldn't even eat it. I couldn't even eat it. I let it go bad because the first taste was so bad. The first one was hard. Somebody like, I like them hard. So I tried to eat it hard. It was like eating a green apple. Hey,
No,
but I
hard
went,
is not.
I waited till the other one got ripe, and when it got ripe, it was not a mango. It looked
Yeah,
like a mango. It had the mango seed, but the
yeah.
flavor was not mango at all. And I know it's different varieties, and I know
Of course.
they change. Based off listening to Dan, they change. They might not. One seed might not grow the true
Mm-hmm.
mango and different things like that. But I can understand you when you say you just get tired of getting bad food. My grandma and them ate cantaloupe all their life, and then it was a recall on cantaloupe. We've been eating peanut butter all our life. There's a recall
Yeah.
on peanut butter. Like,
Lettuce, tomatoes, you name it.
lettuce, tomatoes. Like, what do you even make this stuff up at? You can't make this stuff up. And the best thing we could do is grow our own.
Yeah, and
All right.
and and like you said, that's what got it for me. I don't know what other people do for a living, but I work hard for my money. People don't just stand around giving me money. I don't stand on a corner with a sign that say we'll do whatever for food. So
I
if
always
you
wanted to know, would I be strong enough to do that?
look, let me tell you, if I absolutely had to, I probably would, but it's gonna have to because I'm kind of scrappy like that. I know how to do too much stuff before I hold up a sign. But if I'm
Yeah,
on my
I would do
last
that.
little something, I may
Yeah,
have to hold that sign up.
yeah,
I ain't knocking nobody, but I'm just saying like I work hard for my money, so when I pay for something, I want it to be right. And it's not just food. I'm like that when it comes to service. I'm like that when it comes to any type of product. When I pay for it, it need to be quality because I did nobody give me this money. I work for this money and I'm giving it to
right.
you for a service, a product, whatever. So when I go into the store, and I didn't understand as a kid. My granny's feeding me out of
Mhm.
the garden, and I'm not understanding that. Oh, this is what a tomato tastes like. This is what a plum tastes like. This is what I'm not understanding that until I get grown enough and get out here and I'm working and everything. And I'm fully grown. It's one thing you say you over 18, you really ain't grown. You fully
Right,
grown when
right.
you supporting yourself. And
When you
if
out and
you
on your own, that's what they
yes,
say.
when if you miss that bill, your light's gonna be off and can't nobody stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
so when I started noticing like this tomato ain't got no flavor. This whatever, like you said, a mango don't taste right. And I'm gonna be honest, even when I was younger, store produce tastes better than it does now. And I know I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one who has said it. But like it's like the commercial farming industry, but it is what it is. It's very complex and it's the nature of the beast and it's the way this country is. It's money, 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 money. And the only way you can make money is it got to get to the store in a certain condition. It's got to be pretty. It don't mean it got to taste good. It's got to be pretty and it's got to last long on the shelf. That's what it's got to do. So they don't care about taste. They don't care about health. They don't care about none of that. That's why a lot of like this lady walked up and was like, "I never seen an orange eggplant before." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the black ones. I don't hate them, but like the black beauties, I don't hate them. They're good, but I prefer some of the other ones." And I was like, "But yeah, you're not gonna see this in the store because they don't keep well. Just like figs. People ever wonder why they don't see figs in the store? They don't keep.
Never seen
Like
a fresh fig in a
no,
store.
and you won't. And if you pick a fig, lay it on the counter and see how long it lasts. The
It
sugars in
was
it, they will ferment and it'll rot on you. It's just not something that lasts. That's why you see them dried. And so those things. And like I said, my granny was the one that introduced me to figs. She loved figs. And just not ever being able to have that because I don't want to grow. No, I'm finna give me a tree. Like. And like I said, then a little bit more about what you put in your food because I will have you to know this. Even if you say, for instance, you use 7, I personally don't, but if you do, I'm not knocking nobody. You got to do what you got to do because at the end of the day, don't let the bugs eat you out of house or home. But you don't have a common civilian cannot get their hands on what commercial growers can get their hands on. There's still a form of DDT. They say it's outlawed, but commercial farmers can get it, and it's very, very similar to DDT. That's what they putting on this stuff, y'all, and they not spraying a little bit. Like when they spray that stuff, it's dripping off the plant, and they don't spray it just once. They spray it over and over and over. Because if they lose their crop, they lose their money. Farmers, be honest with you, don't make that much money in this country. You think they
right.
would? Well, the corn farmers do because of the ethanol. They make more, and the soybean farmers make a lot. But average average just food farmers, they don't make a ton. So, yeah, it's like between the taste, I don't know where it's been, you know. Even if your tomatoes don't come out the best, I guarantee you they taste better than the stove.
Well, y'all, I got two more things. I mean this ain't no newbie right here. This is like a old school person, somebody who been around and been doing this not just in one night and two nights like myself. I'm new to this. I ain't true to this. She is true to it. So
But
the
you learned a lot.
content,
You learned a lot fast, though. You learned a lot fast.
yeah, I killed a lot that I ain't show y'all. But thanks
Well,
to you,
I said that in a video. You're not a gardener until you kill about 1,000 things.
hey, and you gave me the confirmation to say it's okay. Start again. Pick it out.
Yeah,
Put a seed, drop it.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Have they come by your house and locked you up for killing them plants yet? No, they won't.
No,
They won't come get
no,
you. They won't
nobody
come
came
get you.
got me.
Yeah,
If
no, they're not gonna come
anything,
get you.
if anything, the squirrels and the birds and the bugs coming to get me because they want to come
Yeah,
over here too. They happy.
at all
They eat.
times, at all times. But yeah, you can't. It ain't gonna be perfect. You ain't gonna trust me. I kill stuff. I really do. I kill stuff, and I fail at stuff this year. My eggplants weren't what I wanted. This year my peppers weren't what I wanted. Just like my peppers is just now really starting to put on. This year started off weird. A week worth of ice and all that. But I'm not gonna let that stop me. I still harvested. I still got stuff. My watermelons I finally got right. I think I just ate the last 4 or 5 watermelons, but I over the course of the season, I think I got 40 something, 42 watermelons. Some of them were big, a lot of them were smaller, but I don't all
They
of them
were
except for
right. They were
yeah,
right.
all of them except for 2 tasted good. All of them except for 2. 2 of them were just not sweet. They were watermelons. They just weren't sweet. I'm not sure why, but I'll take that. It is what it is. So, like I said, yeah, it ain't gonna be perfect. Just keep trying, keep learning. When that don't work out, do something else. Just
Yeah,
find what work for you. Once you find your groove, you fall into it.
yeah. You definitely will do that. But like I said, I could go on with you, D, forever because you are full. Your content just not 1 week or one day. Like we going back 10 years. If you want to learn something over there,
Yeah, it's a little minute.
you curious about something. I don't know. You don't be having the right titles neither. The titles. You got to know your content to go back and find what you're looking for. Because I had to hunt on
Yeah,
some stuff. Because I'm like, what
yeah,
is she trying to do?
because and then it doesn't make it any better that my videos are longer and I'll talk about so much stuff within a video. So I don't just talk about one thing. You get what I'm saying? So it'd be so much in that one video and it's hard to get it all in the title. And I'm like, oh crap. Then I won't lie. Sometimes I upload stuff and I forget what I said. You can go down in the comments. I'm trying to remember who called me out and said, I think I was talking about compost or something, and she said, not dead people. I said that in a video. Let me go back and watch and see what I said, because I don't remember what I said. But I laugh with the people in the comment because I'm telling you, they'll get me
Girl,
every
the
time. Every
powder
time they
milk.
get me, tell me something I forgot I said. Somebody said something, not domestic violence. I forgot I said that.
That the powder milk, everything went in there. I'm waiting to see how
Everything.
that breaks down and learn from
Everything.
that experience. People tell people what they should and should not do, but they're not eating at your house. You're not advocating for
No,
nobody to do what you're doing. But I'm gonna
no.
show y'all. Remember this?
Yeah.
Remember they said,
And I'm gonna go back and show it too, because
yeah,
that's
you
pretty.
are.
It's already dirt now. Like all that milk and stuff is gone. That pasta stuff is gone already. I did that a month ago. When you do vermicompost, it's fast because the worms, they just eating. They just constantly eating. They don't ever stop. So yeah, that's
No,
gone already.
no, I can tell you right now, you are very funny. You can't help it. You cannot help you. If you ever want to get your reflexes right, and I
Yeah,
thought about that,
killing
I'm like, I need to
mosquitoes.
work on my reflexes.
Go
I
kill.
don't,
Go
I
kill
don't
enough
woke up with
mosquitoes.
that, huh?
Them mosquitoes, man, they wear me out. They were
They will
by
be.
at that point in the video, I honestly was a little frustrated. I was like, okay, so And then before I realized that I had killed like 2 or 3, and I'm like, you still filming, fool? And I'm like, I ain't cutting that out. You gonna edit that? Nah, I
You
ain't
like
cutting
if you
that
want
out.
to get your reflex
Yeah.
out, come out here and kill somebody.
I'm
It
telling
was
you.
hilarious. It was hilarious. You always found a way to put a smile on my face. You always gave me something I didn't know nothing about, and I wouldn't have known nothing about had I not been listening to the whole 22 minutes, the 25 minutes, or whatever minutes it was. I don't do no clicking through. I can
Well,
tell you that right now.
I appreciate you watching all the way. Not to
Yeah.
say that everybody have to do that. I get it. My videos be long. I know people got stuff to do. People got, but I do appreciate it greatly. I appreciate everybody who watch me. It don't matter who it is. I even appreciate the thumbs down. I appreciate all that stuff. It don't make me no different. I take it all.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it all too. It's no problem. I just want to go ahead and say 2 things.
Mhm.
One of the things I wanted to say was I love the animals. I didn't even know it was 3 cats. I thought Felix was my only cat for a while.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one, because Kenny will show up and somebody will call him Felix. I don't correct them because it's all good with me. I'm just glad that they know
No,
Felix.
Felix is black
I'm
and
glad.
white.
Yeah, just like the cartoon. That's what I named
Just
him
like
after.
the cartoon character.
So they'll see Kenny and he's striped, but it's all good. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
I don't.
so when Kitty came up there, I'm like, well, where he come from? But she got another cat. Well, then you go back and check. The cat been around the whole daggone time, the whole 10 years. The cat been in the videos.
Believe it or not, I used to have 5. I used to have 5 total.
Well, do you still have Chrissy?
Yes. I still have all my boys. My 2 girls are gone. Angel, I got Angel. Oh my God, probably 20 years ago. She died 3 years ago, I think. And Sandy died 2 years ago, I think. But all my boys are still here, and Iris is here. But I'm not. No more cats right now. I told somebody 2 more cats got to die before I get another.
Oh my goodness. Well, you always be trying to put Poe Kenty in the mail.
And let me tell y'all, my subscribers and anybody watching, y'all know y'all try. If y'all ain't emailed me one time with no offers for Kenny or nothing, y'all know y'all could have. I told you I will ship him to you, and I will pay you to take him. I put money in the little thing for him.
I don't want him.
I can't even get rid of him. It's terrible. He was out here a while ago. I don't know where he went, but
we started late. All right, but
it's all good. It's all good. Long as we got it straightened out.
I could actually rock it out with you more. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the part of the segment that lets people see what I see. And if you haven't checked out this content, you can check it out. It's up to you. If you know everything and there ain't nothing she can show you in a tie and zone 8A, don't go over there. But if it is something she can show you, honey, don't be like, oh, I didn't even know. Y'all, I was so late, I didn't even show the people the clip of the season 1. Y'all ain't seen season 1. It's in the playlist. I was late, y'all. But this what you can check over at D House if you go. Sorry, Diva Jones on 3 House. If you go, and I wanted to say this. She has 2 other channels. One of the channels where she's always lifting and working out. She was gonna build a gym one time, but good thing she didn't put it where she supposed to put it at, because it actually, when that bad weather came, what storm was that?
That was Laura.
Laura came through, knocked down some trees on the property. It would have destroyed her gym.
Yeah.
But she's putting content from time to time out there, and she's actually works on vehicles and stuff. She's very, very knowledgeable and handy. She believes in doing stuff herself and getting it done, because she will get it done. Trust and believe. It ain't no game.
Hello. So that's what your mint look like when it's still kind of growing. What you see, that's all dried up. So what you want to do is just break that off. Scrambled eggs with poke salad and sausage. You could just as easily do this with bacon. The purple skin and the purple flesh. So if you won't slip, this what you will be getting. That's what kind of potato. Let me keep going, y'all. I'm getting excited. People always asking about my greenhouse, which I don't have a problem with. That's cool. But I want y'all to know, it's not nothing elaborate. It's real small. I had never, ever collected seeds on purslane before because I didn't even know where the seeds were located. See those little black round things? Those are the seeds. So today I'm gonna show y'all how to set up this, I got a tote here. It's just a Rubbermaid tote. It don't matter what size tote you have. You can get whatever size tote fits your space. Water that's coming out of these containers will be compost tea. A tough time getting these out of the pot here. You'll see me beating on the bottom of the pot. That's the thing about clay pots. A lot of times the roots will kind of grow into those tiny pores of the pot. Right quick and show you how I prepared for the frost. It's supposed to get down to 25 tomorrow. Sorry. I'm gonna get after that right now, scooping it up. And then I got some more wood. In the middle, I've got navy beans in each one. One navy bean plant in each one. And I got tomatoes and peppers. Oh, got one ready. Ain't that pretty? Not the biggest peaches in the world. But, boy, are they delicious. So very sweet and juicy. The 18th of March, and today would have been the day that my granny turned 90. She lived a long life. She lived to be 90. I credit her with teaching me a lot of stuff in my formative years. Even in my adult years, she taught me a lot. You know, see how pretty his eyes are? He's got the same color eyes as my mom. So my mom sent me a kitty from the great beyond. We got some expansion going on. The camera wants to focus on Felix. So is anybody wondering about the worm farm? Jesus, they done ate this stuff down fast. Slugs in the traps. This one, look at this one. It's running over with slugs. But that aside, Alaska knows that 511 ain't enough. 0-10-10. If you mix this with 511, and you'll see it there, the available phosphate is 10%. The soluble potash is 10%. They give you the chemical makeup of the K2O and P2O5. Those are the chemical structures. But that's really unimportant as a gardener. I have a biology degree and took 10 hours of chemistry. So. I realize we live in a kind of society where you got a lot of different types of people. Somebody gonna get in the comments and be like, oh, you shouldn't be operating that chainsaw. Let me tell you something. Concern, and you know, people be like, oh, be careful. Yeah, well, I'm 35. I'm not 3. Of course I know how to be careful. Try to grow shiitake mushrooms in it. So y'all stay tuned. Hopefully this will be my little area where I grow shiitake mushrooms. Oh Lord.
You already know I'm not 3. I know how to be careful.
And then go out there and kill yourself, boy. I went down. Now you know I edited that video, but I said, should I take this out? And I said, screw it.
And then you gonna talk about.
And I think Tina the one saw it first, because I think, or at least she the one that commented on it first. She said, "Oh, that was very transparent for you to leave that in." I saw that was the intelligent way of you saying you just made a fool out of yourself on the internet.
No. I went into a whole character mode, and I was like, Bubba said, "Don't be cutting off her babies." Trying to use me for compost.
I know it, boy. That limb reached up and got me. pull me
You
down.
don't even see what happened. You just doing something, all of a sudden you just go.
Man, I was walking and my foot got hung. I'm telling you, that limb reached up and was just grabbed me by the ankle. It was like, no.
Man, I was so weak. I know I've looked at that so many times. I had to share it with my kids and everything.
Yeah.
And y'all watched it. Like, I'm like, what in the world? She just took off. The tree don't caught him by the foot.
And I tried to catch myself, and it just to no avail. To no avail. The tree gods got me that day.
You a hoot anyway. I mean, it just made my day, and I love a little humor. So this is a part of the chat. Can you see the chat? Can you say hello to the people and thank them for coming back before we start the game?
Yeah, I will. Let me jump over here. Yeah,
and
I got it.
If y'all have any questions, y'all can go ahead and ask the questions. I know the show is running a little different tonight, but this content creator is a little different.
And if we started later with it, I mean, I don't have nothing to do, so I'm not on a time constraint. But I mean, I'm not gonna keep everybody forever. But
I go to bed after this. I be in the bed cuddled up.
Somebody know about More Bloom. I'm reading back right quick.
You can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm looking at it now.
So so this is what part of the show. You just go ahead and say, "Hey, Angela Love Gardens. Hey, G Mama Grows. Black, I spoke to you earlier. Okay. Hey, Diva Jones 03, how you doing? Yeah. Hey, everybody, thanks for
Somebody asked where is Two Piece, and I've been meaning to do a video because somebody in the comments asked me to do a video. I'll film it tomorrow. Long story short about Two Piece. Everybody in the neighborhood loves him, but my neighborhood, this area, we're not supposed to have roosters. You can have chickens, but you're not supposed to have roosters. The city animal control people came. They claimed somebody complained, but within the neighbors on this street, nobody knows who called. But animal control came and got him, but he has a new home. Two Piece is living with a family that had other chickens, and they didn't have a rooster, and they wanted a rooster. So that's where Two Piece is.
But Two Piece won't even yours.
He was not. He was my neighbors down the street.
The cats was scared of.
Yeah, Two Piece was running. He was running the whole hood. He was actually my neighbors down the street. And believe it or not, and this was trifling, she just moved and abandoned him. Like, she didn't even try to find him a home. She just turned him free. She just turned him loose. So pretty much all of us was kind of feeding him. I used to feed him a little bit. I used to throw him tomatoes and little stuff out the garden. My neighbor used to feed him. But he got a good home with a lady that has chickens.
Somebody said 2 piece became an 8 piece. All right.
Yeah, a 6-piece mix. 6-piece mix.
All right, any more question is back.
Homestead in the hood, the poke weed, don't worry about it. The frost will kill it down to the ground. It'll come back in the spring. Don't even do nothing to it.
Every year, bigger
and better. It's relentless. It'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're gonna play the game. That's what's next.
Okay. Everybody don't ask all the questions they want to ask because I don't see nothing else.
If they ask anything else, I'll probably just type it. But yeah.
All right. So this part of the show is called What's the Beat? Okay. Is a voice, a vibration, or a vocal. So it may be somebody talking. It could be anybody from TV. It ain't gonna be nobody from TV that you've heard, that you know their voice, even if you ain't looking. Something come on the TV playing, you already know that's Denzel voice or somebody like that, but it ain't gonna be Denzel. I ain't got Denzel, y'all. And if it's a song, you just say who the song is, and if it's a sound, you say what the sound that you hear is. So this is the part of the show where we do that, and let's see. And you get some breaks between the chat. Usually try to help you with the answers too if you need help.
Okay, let me go to the chat so I can cheat then.
Oh yeah, they be cheating. They be cheating.
Nikki, you crazy.
She ready. All right, so I gotta go here, and then I'm gonna push play. It'll let you know when it's about to start. What's the beat? The game that you don't see. What's the beat? What's the beat? What's the beat? It's a game you don't see. I'm gonna play that. Oh, I thought that was the sound. You're gonna see a start button, and right after the start button, then it's gonna be time for the first sound.
Gotcha. Yeah. Somebody say whoop whoop. No, no, that ain't. That's some kind of. I don't know. Yeah, click pen.
Yes, a
Oh,
pig.
okay.
You know, people
Yeah.
get the fidgeting. They get the fidgeting.
Yeah. Somebody said a lighter growing with us.
Flicking that lighter. Flick my bit. Here we go.
So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy. Just always.
All right. What's the V? You know that song? I don't put it in the basement, y'all.
Yeah, I'm way in the basement in the corner. I don't know that. Y'all know y'all get me because it's new music. I don't know. Y'all know.
Oh yeah,
I know
that's
that old
definitely
stuff.
new.
Yeah, I could tell.
Well, you can tell the title of the song. It said it, "Tough Guy," but the artist,
Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
That was
Michael
too
Jackson,
easy.
Billie. Yeah,
That
Michael
was too
Jackson,
easy. That was too easy. So
somebody said Taylor Swift was at the first. Oh, Selena Gomez. Oh, y'all know. Oh, okay.
No.
Wow.
The person name is named after your dog, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Oh, Gardening with Bernie got it.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I had to scroll up, and so did Veggie Farm Garden. Yeah, thank you, y'all.
I am back as promised. Hello, hello, hello.
What's the V?
Ooh. And that sounds so familiar to me too. Kiki. No,
You right.
It's Kiki.
Yeah, you right. I ain't
Kiki's Urban Garden.
Yeah, it's Kiki's Urban Garden.
Kiki Soto. Yeah, I thought. You know what? Let me tell y'all something. Kanye, huh? And Jamie Foxx. Gold Digger.
You knew it before it was over. What was it?
Kanye West and Jamie Gold Digger.
Hey, I ain't saying.
Yeah, I kind of had that one a little bit. I'm a Jamie fan a little bit. Y'all know we from 45 minutes away from each other. Even
Okay,
though,
45 minutes.
He don't act like a Texan. Hey, how you doing? He don't act like a Texan no more. But okay, we're not gonna get on Kanye today, y'all, in this chat. I see y'all trying to bait me into that. I'm not getting into that with y'all. I know y'all want me to go there because y'all know I got something to say. Tape dispenser. The packaging tape.
You know that's the girl. You pack so much tape, girl. You be packing them packages. Yeah,
that's what it is. I know that.
I don't know if y'all can hear
the
over
tape
top
gun.
of the tape, but definitely I chose that one because I said she always smelling out something. She gonna know what this is.
Yeah, because I got one of them tape guns. I think I showed it in the.
You be wrapping that stuff up
all the time. I got stuff going out all the time.
Gotta have the scissors ready. Here go the sound.
All right, he's in front of.
Well, outside, okay?
Okay.
So I can.
My goodness.
So I can guard by my car.
What's the V?
Oh Lord, come on, chat, somebody.
It was two voices.
I know, I heard it, but somebody say her healthy home.
It wasn't.
It was or it wasn't.
It was not.
Okay, yeah, because that didn't sound like her healthy home to me.
Who was the two voices? What type of? Oh, wait a minute. We'll come back to it.
Well, is that not a? It's some kind of bird.
That was an owl.
Okay, it was an owl. Okay.
You ain't got no owls around there. None of them trees.
I saw one in my backyard when I first moved here, and I've never seen him again. It was gorgeous, but I've never seen it again.
Girl, I heard an owl outside one time. That thing hooed so loud I ran in the house. All I can see is talons coming on my neck. That's all.
Yeah, but see, I wonder because if the owl had stuck around, I wonder what he tried to be. That's a cat all day long. Yeah, that's a cat.
What type of cat?
A pissed off cat. But I don't know. You mean like breed or?
Yeah, it ain't no little cat. Your little cat.
A bobcat or sometimes. A bobcat, a lynx, or something. Something big.
You talking about sometimes?
Hey,
yeah, you got it right. You did good. Let's go back to that voice. That voice was a baby. You know I'm nosy. I'm trying to.
See, you too much. So let's go. We're going back to the voice.
So let's go back to the voice. It was an adult voice and a child.
And a child. Yeah, and a child. But it's so many people got cheering.
So it was Bear Fruit Garden and Little Big.
Oh, how I missed that.
Exactly.
How did I miss that?
Exactly. You going down for that.
Yeah. She gonna get me for that one. If she see this video, she gonna call me. She gonna disown me. She gonna say, little girl, Big Pharma ain't gonna talk to you no more.
But I kind of broke it up and I let it stay like that because at some point she said her name and then I wanted to take it out.
Yeah.
But I said, it's not supposed to be easy. So,
that one got past me. That one got past me. Yeah.
Hey, I think you did the best. You had the most questions too. Because, technically, I think in the past I probably did up to 6 or 7. I gave you a total of 9 sounds. So
I'm not completely deaf.
No,
I can hear a little bit, a little.
Yeah,
just
what say?
I can hear a little, just enough to get me in trouble.
What your grandma used to say? If you say "huh," you can hear.
Yeah, my mama used to say that. Hell.
Don't be hard deep.
My mama used to say that.
Oh my goodness. Hey, it's been amazing.
Yeah, I had fun.
It's been amazing. I'm about to put you center, and I want you to tell the people why they should be growing. That's like my really big thing, and just give them some advice on the growing level, on the taking care of business level, and they're gonna kill some things. And she the main one told you ain't committed it, you ain't done it. All right.
I pretty much, if you're growing, it's a lot of reasons to grow, and I think a lot of the reasons are going to be personal, but at the end of the day, going forward, in my opinion, everybody should have some level of self-sustainability. I'm not saying you have to grow every single thing that you eat. In this day and age, that is difficult. It's very difficult. But especially if you have children, especially if you have loved ones that you care about, let's work on a little bit of self-sustainability. Let's work on boosting ourselves, because a lot of people overlook how beneficial the garden is for growth, for self-esteem, for those people who may have some type of anxieties or self-consciousness or insecurities. You'll be surprised at how a lot of this stuff will help you. I'm not going to say it's going to get rid of it completely, but it can help you a lot. if you have any of those issues. I think growing can touch somebody's life, anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, even those people who don't want to grow. As I tell people all the time, growing is not something that I wanted to do as a kid. I used to tell my granny, I don't want to go out there and dig around in the dirt. I don't want to do all that stuff. It's hot. It's the bugs. It's everything. I get it. But at a certain point in time in your life, you have to kind of prioritize some things. And even now, I still don't like the bugs. I don't mind being dirty, but I still hate the bugs. I still hate the sweating. It's still some parts of it I don't like. But at the end of the day, when you start with a seed or a very small plant and you get to the final product, you really can't beat that feeling. And if you're eating your own stuff, you really can't beat the taste either. Like I said, you may not be winning shows, you may not be growing, show stopping or show winning produce, but I can guarantee you it's going to be healthier than what's in the store, and I can guarantee it'll taste better than what's in the store. And I can guarantee it'll have less pesticides than what's in the store, even if you are using pesticides. So yeah, not only that, if you got kids, try, because I was the hard-headed kid that didn't want to be in the garden, and look where I am now. So, and I attribute a lot of that stuff to my granny forcing me to be out there. Because if I was going to be at her house, I was going to do what she said. So yeah, you'll be surprised at how much your kids can learn, how much they can experience, how much you can learn, how much you can experience, how much you can observe, how much you can, just things that you think wouldn't carry over into other aspects, they carry over into other aspects of your life as well. So that's pretty much why I feel like you should grow. That will save you a little money.
That'll save you a little money.
It'll save you a little money.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you 10 times. And I did it. We made it.
Yeah, we have to do it again after you hit everybody and you go back around for the second round, because I know you probably still got some more channels to do. Because I'm still finding people. I'm still finding these little garden channels. Everywhere I look, I'm still finding.
So what I decided to do, because this is a commitment, and,
yeah.
You see, I had the room full and the people like, where's she at though?
But so no, it's good they come. It's good.
Yeah, that is. I appreciate everybody. And I'm still reaching out to a lot of people. I got a running list of people that I reach out to, and some communicate, some don't communicate.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
We come into a season 3, and I would love to have you back again, because I think we're gonna still have people always coming to this platform needing more knowledge about more things. Because, like I said, y'all, she has way too much content for me to even try to touch base on everything I've learned along my journey. But if you're interested in trying to see some things that I learned, you can just head on over there. And if it ain't in the link, you can put it in the link and you can learn some things. Anything from gardening to housing to thank you for showing me where that filter was at underneath this house.
You found it. You found it?
Girl. No, okay. Can't nobody fit up under there barely. I had to show it to my husband, say, see,
my house is right here.
But it's underneath the house, laying on its side. Like, we weren't used to this, but the house is an older house.
Yeah, so my house is old too.
You'd be surprised what somebody can teach you. That's why I follow the people I follow and listen the way I listen. Because I thought it was gonna be Kenty. That's right, Phil. Still the show, bro.
Yeah.
Still the show.
They show up when it's time to go. When it's time to get.
They show up when it's time to go. They ready to go in the house. They ready to go in the house with you. Mosquitoes getting them too.
It's gonna be feeding time in a minute. That's what that is.
Oh yeah,
Come feed us.
Well, I'm gonna put you in the basement, and then I'm gonna close us out. All right. So there we go. I don't cut the girl off. Lordy, forgive me. Anyway, y'all, I made it. I made it to the end, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. Y'all know I like to shout somebody out at the end. Anybody who has anything that they want me to showcase here that they might got on the flip side, they might have a store. I'll be more than welcome to take those items and show them here on my platform. Today, I want to talk about the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. She doesn't have a Teespring. You can reach out to her to get one of her cups, and you can always be in a great, laughing, humble mood with her. The everyday life of an OCD-ish chick, and the shirt says DYI on it. I ain't gonna be doing all this stuff, y'all, because you know that really don't work. I don't know what the people be doing. But, you know, the one thing I want to say about this cup and how it inspires me, and when I'm drinking it, whatever I'm drinking, find something you love and have fun doing it. I'm really having fun doing what I'm doing right now. I can't sip this because actually I put a little jigger juice in there and it burnt my stomach. So I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just messing up today. That's what I was thinking. So y'all go check out Nikki. All right. Y'all go check out Nikki and see her over there. But let me go ahead and thank everybody again for coming along. If you didn't catch season 1, this is what you've been missing, girl. I'll put it at the end, y'all. Here you go. Here you go. If you ain't seen well, TT in the garden community, what she ain't gardening.
Would be Larry Farmer 73.
And then you got your snow.
We got too much snow.
And they would be telling us little tidbits of things in life that would carry us things.
Creative, but I don't want to be placed in a box, and I just appreciate the fact that you accept that.
Like different things. Cooking just happens to be my passion. I've been cooking for so very long.
Birds don't even eat the fruit, but they tearing up my figs. They tearing up.
You have put this meal together. Do you cook fast like this all the time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I said, I read this book by Colin Powell, General Colin Powell, and he says, make a plan and execute.
Yeah, it's always that last clip from me. I'm gonna redo that one over because I be serious and listening hard. So let's build each other up. We are all doing the best that we can in life. Holla back with the window crack. Woo woo. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Hey, young world. Hey, young world. It's Lydia. Welcome to the Woo Woo Show.
Holla back with the window crack. Woo woo.
Welcome to the Woo Woo Show.
Hey, young world.
Ten,